Do you think, with like being white, was it a detriment? Because, if they're looking for the white dude who just did a crime, it's pretty easy to spot you out of the neighborhood. Or was it good?
They come straight to my house.
But you could also kind of like plausibly pass as a law-abiding citizen a little bit easier, maybe, but you didn't really have that vibe about you.
No. Look, I had a Jerry curl.
What?
Back in the 80s, I had a Jerry curl.
I don't think I've ever seen a white Jerry curl.
I got pictures.
Oh, wow.
Well, really, okay, white people, they get a perm in their hair, and
Right.
that makes it curly.
Yeah.
Right? So I got a white people perm the first time and just put curl activator and moisturizer in it and had a drippy curl.
Wow.
The next time, one of my cousin, my play cousin I was raised with, my auntie I just told you about, her son, he was getting his hair done and his beautician was like, oh, I could fix you up. I'm like, you can't use those chemicals on my head. She's like, yeah, I can. You just don't need to relax her. Your hair is already relaxed. So it's free. So I let her do my hair and it came out bomb. So TCB.
Wow. That's amazing.
Yeah.
Okay, so then I'm trying to figure out the timeline here, but so you're in camp at this point, but like what kind of stuff were you getting locked up for around that time?
Oh, well, first offense was the assault with a deadly weapon.
Right.
Second offense, I robbed a house.
Oh, okay.
And I was 11. But older kids talked me into climbing in the window.
Did you have
stole some burritos out of the refrigerator, and a phone and a calculator.
So you weren't really sure what to take.
I was a little kid.
Calculator.
They talked me into doing this, and then I'm looking for food, and they're looking for money, and I don't know what's going on, and then they're running out, and I'm running after them, trying to grab something.
Right.
So just grab something.
Mm-hmm.
And people see us. We live on one block over. All of us live one block over.
Holy shit. How'd you get caught? They told the cops?
Everybody.
They searched you and found all the shit?
Yep.
Wow.
So, that was my second offense. So that was when Juvenile Hall. And then I got out on house arrest. And they had the little ankle monitor.
Uh-huh.
And I had to talk into a thing of voice checks or something like that. I'd wait until late at night. Take Pop's car keys, push the car down the hill because Pops had an old Dodge Dart. I had to push it down the hill and start it and let it run for 20 minutes before it warmed up enough for me to drive.
Really?
It was a bucket. But I'm a little kid, and all I'm doing, I'm going to the alleys, and it's a dirt alley. I pull into the dirt alley, I get the back wheels on the dirt, and just peel out.
Uh-huh.
And I get to the end of the alley, and I pull out, and I go down another street, do it again. Go by the club, Dad's, where everybody hangs out at. I ain't got no shoes on. I'm a little kid driving. Hey, man, give me a ride down here. How about it? And then, here I am. I turn the car off around the corner, let it coast down the hill, and pull it right into its spot.
So you just wanted to be outside. You were just trying to have some cheap thrills.
I'm a kid.
Yeah.
I'm trying, but so I got caught for that, and then Pop said I hit him. So that was, get out.
And that didn't get you in prison though, right?
No, that sent me to juvenile camp.
Okay.
Camp for me was like, best time, fun time, because I could be a kid. And I ended up going to camp twice, but up there was other kids and you could be a kid, every now and then you might have to fight or something. But, even when I first got to camp, I remember, the second time I got there, as soon as I got there, I got into it with the biggest bloods that was in camp because he banged on the homie.
Right.
And, because I came from court, so I had court clothes. The homie, he's all blued up. So the dude banged on him and I banged back. And dude like, what is this? What, so he found out.
Did you feel like in situations like that, you were constantly kind of having to prove yourself because people just assumed from the color of your skin that you weren't going to be a threat?
Yeah. Yeah, that's the thing. I felt like if I lost a fight, more people are coming. If I don't, put my all, and I'm, I've been in fights where I remember in prison is Nazi lowrider, dude named Oak Tree, 6'6", red hair, swastikas, big old. and hit me in the back of the head while I was taking a piss. Couldn't give me the fair one, you know what I'm saying, try to dope feed me.
Right.
And still, you know what I'm saying, couldn't do nothing. Then the police got involved, you know, because once you fighting, making noise, push the button, here come the police. So we ended up going in the hole. Then when I came back, I knocked out the shot caller in the day room, and the police seen it.
The white shot caller?
Yeah, the Nazi lowrider shot caller.
Okay. And so when you're getting locked up, is it more likely for you to have beef with like Bloods, or is it more likely for you to be beefing with these Nazis?
That's the thing, you know what I'm saying? It's the whites. Ever since I was a kid, everybody was telling me, boy, don't ever go to prison, and white boys gonna kill you.
Really?
So when I came to prison the first time, I thought, you know, I went from level 1 to level 4, well, to level 3. I paroled from Corcoran in 94, but I only stayed out 7 months. So I came right back, and now I got 9 years with 80%, so I'm level 4.
Whoa.
And I went to Lancaster, and as soon as I hit the yard, you know, I'm here. Look, anybody one-on-one? Because my homies, you know, I told my homies, look, as long as it's one-on-one, I got this. You know what I mean? You know, don't let them jump me. Watch behind me. One situation, they tried to get me. Dude hit me. I got stabbed behind the ear. I got 6 stitches. I was laying down in the grass like this, and we was watching the basketball game. Now, this is the black area. Whites and Mexicans don't come through this area. A white dude comes through. He's the hitter. It's some other Crips, some East Coast Crips behind us. And me and the homie from West Coast right here. And they see the white boy going through the crowd, and they making a joke. Look, that white boy said, he'll whoop your ass. He's joking, you know, with the homies.
Right.
But they see the white boy through our area.
Can you just get a little closer to the mic, sir?
And they're like, oh, cuz, they just hit Snow. Because the dude hits me and cuts. So I thought he socked me. I don't know, I'm bleeding. So I chase after him, and when I do, this is the plan to get me away from the blacks. The other Nazi lowriders are coming, and I don't know. But the East Coast Crips that was behind me, they jumped in. It was even a Blood. It was a youngster. His name was Posse from Swan, and he got down. It was a Samoan from SOS. It was 3 East Coast Crips, the Linwood neighborhood, just people seen it was cracking and just cracked off. And the white boys that tried to get me got cut off.
Really?
And the dude that stabbed me, I got 6 stitches. He got 13. I ended up slamming him on his face and he hit the curb.
Was it constantly like that, where you were just dealing with white people who were pissed off about you choosing to affiliate that way?
Well, that's the thing. When I knew it was coming, I knew my homeboys, you know, had been telling me. And I had one homeboy, I used to think he was trying to punk me out. Like, man, you know what I'm saying? You know, just when you go to prison, just go over there with the white boys, just tell them you don't bang, and you'll be all right. I'm like, man, you think I'm a punk? You think you know what I mean? You know, and I was mad at him. And then later on, it took me a long time to realize he cared. He was one who really cared. He didn't want me, you know what I mean, you know, to die. And it was, you know, it's been a couple of times. I've been stabbed here. I've been stabbed here.
In retrospect, though, would that have been too much of a compromise of your morals to just act as if you weren't from where you're from?
That's what I couldn't do that.
Yeah. Because
that's the whole point. I wanted a reputation in my neighborhood. It wasn't for nowhere else. I just wanted the people in my neighborhood to know this is, you know what I'm saying, you know, Crip stands for Community Revolution and Progress. I'm part of the community now. Now I'm doing active, you know, community stuff, trying to do some positive stuff.
Right.
Because, you know, that bullshit, it ain't about nothing. I don't want to see none of my homeboys and go to jail and do life, and I got too many of them in there now.
Right. I interviewed this dude, Garrett, who at one point was like basically like a shot caller, skinhead, Peckerwood prison dude.
6'6".
Yeah, huge. Yeah. He basically told me that from his prison experience, and I realized because I saw a lot of comments disagreeing with him that like every prison's different and there's different norms all over the place. But he basically said, because I was asking him, because I know some white bloods out here and shit, and I was like, what about a dude who's been banging blood for 10, 15 years, and then he gets locked up in prison, does he have to roll with the whites too? And he basically said yes, or his life's going to be hell. Like, realistically, dudes are going to be on him, constantly making it an issue. From your perspective, it was basically like that. Like, it was just, it never really like evened out where everybody just kind of gave up and just let it go.
Even when the best time I ever did was at Donovan, and I did 8.5 years at Donovan straight, but that was the best time I ever did because Donovan had a lot of money. It was a PIAR, Prison Industry Authority, so you have money-paying jobs, and that provides money. Once inmates have money, what are we going to do?
Buy drugs?
Party favors. That's the thing. Donovan, I was in Donovan for 8 years, so at one point I was bringing in a 1/4 pound of weed every week.
Oh, shit.
2 ounces Saturday, 2 ounces Sunday. And once a month, I bring in an 8-ball just to, you know what I'm saying, cover the female that's bringing its rent.
Holy shit. And so were you making a lot of money while you were in there, or just able to live well?
No, I was doing good. I was putting money aside that the female didn't know about because I met her. I put an ad in the paper. Lonely man, incarcerated, looking for love, name and address, nothing else.
And that worked.